Let's be honest, nobody wanted to hear me anyway. No, actually, this video is talking about two hidden connections. It's a minor re-upload because of OBS issues, but it involves this piece specifically. And I find this piece quite fascinating because it's not really one that I see utilized in mocks all that often. And I understand why. It's got some really unique and interesting connections that can be hard to use for other things. So I wanted to showcase two of these scenarios for you because, well, they're fun, if nothing else. So first things first, I actually found a secret connection, hidden connection, illegal connection, whatever you want to call it, involving this piece and this. Because, fun fact, the outer diameter, or I guess inner diameter, of this gap here is the same as this limb. It holds it in place, and it does so significantly well. Now, it's not perfect by any means, but one of the nice things about this is that if you wanted to, you could take a small assembly of just a pin and a connector in here and align that on the inside of the leg because it leaves all of the connections still open. Then run an axle through the backside. You will have to push this in a little bit, which will flex the teeth here, but they are designed to be flexed. And then you get a leg that you can kind of work around with more. I've actually posted images of some ideas that I had with this over on the Discord. I would recommend checking that out because, well, it's down in the description. But it's also worth noting that now this piece is essentially locked in place. So that might seem scary, but it's not, because by pushing on that axle or just pulling on the leg here, you can remove the leg itself. It's actually got a very satisfying click to it too, so it makes a good fidget toy if nothing else. I think overall, the Rahkshi leg is a very fascinating piece because of its uniqueness. But unfortunately, because it's limited to so few colors, just shades of gray, we just don't really see it utilized all that often. While playing around with a different build today, though, finding pieces for another build, I ran across these. And these are actually one of my favorite weapons from late Bionicle, in part because they come in a lot of different colors and they're fairly simple in their design, but also it just so happens that that pinhole here also happens to align with the pinhole on the leg with like near perfect precision. So if I take an axle through here, it is actually going to hold that axle in place as well. Again, another satisfying click there. And it will allow you to have essentially a claw on a ball joint, a very large finger if you want it to be, or like a talon, like a cat claw, dragon claw, whatever you want to see it as. And so, of course, I had to go ahead and try doing something with this, building this leg right here. And I think overall, this is a really good use of these parts. It's just one idea that I had because A, it's quite large. It's near the size of my hand, not quite there. But on top of that, it looks very aesthetically pleasing. It reminds me a little bit, of course, of Cardass and his feet, except more usable and just more fun looking, but also, you know, a big owl or bird type Rahi. And so, of course, I want to do something with it. My plan right now is actually to not only design a pair of feet like this, but actually try to focus this mock, whatever I create from this, heavily around the design of that Rahkshi piece, because it's just not a piece that sees a whole lot of love. And because it was only ever released, as far as I know, in the Rahkshi sets, the Makuta set, and I think just the Kikanalo, I could be wrong on that, so let me know in the comments. It only comes in old dark gray and new dark bluish gray. So it's definitely a fascinating piece. It's definitely a piece that I think has a decent amount of potential. And of course, I loved using it with the Zammer launcher. Even used it as a little projectile to shoot the leg across the room. It was fun. But all things told, I think this is a pretty good one, and I hope that you guys will enjoy it, and I hope you enjoyed the video as well. I'm gonna keep this one short because I've got some other stuff I gotta go ahead and do, but if you guys did enjoy it, I appreciate subscribing. Helps the video out, and of course, it helps the channel tremendously. And of course, you can check out the comments down below. Let me know your thoughts on these builds. Have you found any fascinating assemblies specifically around the Rahkshi leg? And also, you can check out the Discord, Instagram, and Patreon if you want to help support the channel, get some perks, and see the early access interview that is coming later today. That is all in the description, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.